Hi, my name is Alexandra with the Bucket List Mermaid. It's my goal to help you as an explorer conquer everything on your travel bucket list. Today we are going to be talking about a Colorado outdoor favorite, Hanging Lake. This is quite a popular destination, and I'm going to be giving you everything that I figured out, knew, and know as a Colorado native to help you check it off your bucket list. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can keep bringing you free bucket list mermaid content. Let's get started. We are here at Hanging Lake. Let me just introduce you to my hiking buddies. This is Stephanie. And this is Savannah. We are about to go hike Hanging Lake and we are so excited. Let's go. So let's start out with the logistics of Hanging Lake. This is a 1.2 mile hike up and a 1.2 mile hike back down. It is approximately 1,000 feet elevation gain, and this is in the heart of Glenwood Canyon. As somebody who has done a lot of Colorado hikes, I think that it is quite relatively easy. There is some steep challenges which might make it harder for elderly folk or children or people who haven't been here before or aren't used to hiking. However, I do think that it is quite doable and it's amazing. Let me tell you one thing that I haven't really noticed on a lot of other hikes or Colorado hikes is I'm a fan of the waterfalls, and this hike is for people who like waterfalls. The entire time that you are going up this hike, it is just going by waterfalls, going by trees, seeing the canyon, the views. It is seriously gorgeous. If you are looking for a hike with great views, this is the hike for you. Now this does kind of qualify as a day hike from Denver, even though it's pretty much 2.5 to 3 hours away from Denver, so while I wouldn't recommend it, it could be done. It does not have an exit on the westbound side of I-70, so if you're coming through I-70 on the Glenwood Canyon, you're going to exit at exit 121, and then you're going to turn around and get back on the other side. The actual exit for Hanging Lake is number 125, and it'll say Hanging Lake. Pretty super easy, and it is a very short drive from that exit on I-70. Now, one question I get a lot, do you need a permit? The answer is yes, you do need a permit. All the summer months, it's going to be May 1st to September 30th. You can get all the permits online, and this is a really good time to come. You can come during winter, but I just don't think I would recommend it. I mean, you would need like crampons and it would just be super slippery. It's not exactly the most level hike in the world, and it's pretty steep at some point, so that would be a little sketchy, but it can be done. But definitely make sure you know what you're doing and what you're in for. And I'm gonna be honest, every time I've been on the website, it's always just been like unavailable for winter, so I would just definitely stick to summer if you can. And again, just go onto that website. I didn't need to print it out. I basically just showed them my reservation. I had a 15-minute time slot between I had it for noon, so I had it from 11:45 to 12:15 to get to my spot, and it was really easy. I parked, went to the bathroom, and then head right up. Now here are the things that I would bring with you if I were going to Hanging Lake. Definitely I would bring a backpack, and a nice comfortable backpack, preferably maybe a camelback so you can also bring water, but it's just gonna help to keep all of your things in one place. Another thing that's so important is water. Water is going to be a game changer to this. Drink plenty of water just for safety reasons. Even if you're an experienced hiker, it is always good to keep your body hydrated for these long strenuous hikes, especially when it is quite hot in the summer. As I said, I prefer to bring a camelback, so I have the backpack and the water all in one place. Next is going to be good shoes. I don't think you technically need good hiking shoes. I brought my good hiking shoes, but just definitely make sure that they have really good support for your feet and offer that traction on your foot so that you will not slip and fall. Definitely good shoes is a must. One of my friends actually forgot her shoes and was wearing her Birkenstocks and was like, oh, maybe I can make it. And by the end she was like, I'm so glad that I went back for my actual shoes. Next, also, this isn't for everybody, but if you are, not used to it or have bad knees or just want that extra support, you could bring hiking poles. I did not bring hiking poles for this trip, but I think it would have definitely helped, especially because some of the rocks are quite high up, and it would have helped just for that extra stability and to take the weight off of my knees. Another thing, you can bring snacks if that is for you, and there is no cell phone service up, so I would just definitely bring something where it can track you, like I wear my Apple Watch where it can track me by satellite, or bringing some kind of whistle just in case you do happen to fall. It is a pretty trafficked trail, so I don't think you'll run into any issues, but just in case, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Also, another thing is sunscreen. Although most of the trail was covered by trees, I was still sweaty, and I'm very white, so I burned a lot. Now the best time to hike Hanging Lake, as I said, the summer months are from that May 1st to that September 30th, and that's probably the time that you would want to go. I went at 12 p.m. noon at July, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty warm, but the conditions were really nice. We didn't get rained on. Colorado, especially Colorado mountains, are notorious for those afternoon thunderstorms, so just be careful if you do go later in the day. You might be stuck with one of those. Now it's not gonna be as big of a deal as if you're like hiking a 14 or above the tree line, you're gonna get struck by lightning, but it still probably wouldn't be the best experience ever, especially since you're near a lot of water. Now some tips and tricks for hiking this specific Hanging Lake hike. I would definitely make sure that you are in relatively good physical shape. As I said, it is not the toughest hike in Colorado, but it can definitely be a challenge if you're, again, not used to the altitude, or if you're elderly or a child, or, yeah, I have asthma, so some parts were a little difficult for me. That being said, if you are coming in from out of town, I always recommend that you do get used to the oxygen beforehand, because it can be quite a shock if you are not used to it. I mean, I don't care how physically fit you are, sometimes the oxygen is just the oxygen. If you are looking to train for this hike, probably what I would suggest doing is maybe doing the stair step or do some cardio. I know this sounds so silly, but when I was going to Peru, I actually would do cardio and sing at the same time because it would help strengthen your lungs. So you might look kind of silly, but who cares? You'll be so ready for the Hanging Lake hike. And so tips for staying safe at the Hanging Lake hike: always follow the trail signs. Not only could you get lost and if you cut switchbacks or anything, but also you could damage the very, very sensitive wildlife, flora, flowers, or all the vegetation that they're trying to preserve at Hanging Lake. So just do your best to be a good hiker, have good hiking etiquette, and definitely just follow all of the trail signs and the switchbacks accordingly. Next, don't forget to take breaks. There is going to be that crazy Colorado local or someone training for something that's just going to sprint up it. I want to be you, it's okay. But don't feel like that has to be you. If your body needs to take a break, definitely take a break. Drink some water, reapply some sunscreen, eat a snack, and the best part is you have a really good view while you're doing it. So you might as well just take your time. Hiking like this is a marathon, not a sprint, and really just enjoy your time here. And I've already mentioned it, don't forget to wear some good shoes. This has a tendency to be pretty slippery. There is quite an incline, especially at the end, and it's really, really important to have good support for your feet and traction so that you're not slipping all over the place and getting hurt on those rocks. Total fair warning, this is the set of stairs that you have to get up and down. That's pretty much right near Hanging Lake. It's got a great view, but it is pretty steep. Just a warning. Say hi! Also, another tip that I learned is Sprouting Rock. I had never heard of this before. I had just learned of Hanging Lake, and Sprouting Rock is actually right before you get to Hanging Lake. It's about 200 yards up, 5-minute easy hike, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. There were these two waterfalls that were just cascading down. It was magical. So if you are in the area for Hanging Lake, as long as you're there, you might as well just go up and see the extra waterfalls. And once you are done with Hanging Lake, what should you do? My advice is you should go to the next town over, which is Glenwood Springs. It is a plethora of natural hot springs and spas. One of my 3 favorites if you're looking for a free version. I would go to South Canyon Hot Springs. This is free, there is clothing optional, and it's mostly locals, but hey, it's in the middle of nowhere. Another one is Iron Mountain. This is a collection of pools that are all different temperatures. The mountains are right there, you're right on the river. It is absolutely stunning, go check it out. And if you are going to do one thing at Glenwood Springs, I would definitely consider doing Yampa Spas. This is a natural vapor hot cave with minerals and spas, and it's the perfect activity to do after your hike. And the main question, is Hanging Lake worth it? Absolutely. This is an absolutely gorgeous hike that will absolutely take your breath away. I mean, there's waterfalls, there's views of the whole canyon, of the valley, and not to mention that Hanging Lake itself is actually very unique. I'm not sure I've seen really anything like it, and it should be added to everyone's bucket list 100%. Please go. If you do end up going, make sure to write in the comments how it went and what was your favorite part of the hike. And that is it for Hanging Lake. I have a way more detailed blog with an FAQ on Hanging Lake on my website, thebucketlistmermaid.com. So if you want more information, just go ahead and head over there. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can bring you more bucket list information. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy Hanging Lake. It is truly a Colorado treat, and let me know how it goes.